Hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit crazy. I have a lot to say actually. There's apparently a designer brand company, whatever you call them, that decided to sell Jimin's clothes, which resulted in some harassment. And now the clothes are canceled, so I have some thoughts on this and what is going on. I also want to get into Taehyung confessing to crying and what happened with that. This is actually a pretty inspiring story. So grab your dumpling and tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first with your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. What I am about to talk about in terms of what happened is kind of gross. I don't think it's too triggering, but you never know what people's triggers are. So here's a warning for that. So basically, if you aren't aware, there was this designer and brand that decided to loan BTS some clothes for their performances. Idols don't typically wear their own clothes or typically even buy their own clothes. It's really not a huge secret. People know this, but in case you didn't, it's often given to them by a company outside the label. They're usually big designers and the clothes would retail for like thousands of dollars, right? So for example, companies like Gucci would loan some clothes or whatever. In this case, it was a designer by the name of Kim Real. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Now there was this suit slash humbug outfit. I'm gonna call it a suit. It was given to Jimin and it was worn during BTS's performance of Idol on Gyeongbokgwon Palace on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. So you can see the suit. It's a very nice suit actually. So I guess once the suit was done, like Jimin finished wearing, I typically imagine it's washed by the stylist or something and then handed back. I suppose BTS's team maybe was busy that day and the designer maybe needed the outfit back right away. I'm not sure. But the outfit ended up not getting washed and just sent directly to the designer. Then later, or more recently, the outfit made the way to an auction house, My Art Auction, and they were looking to auction off this suit. The designers did put out a statement as to what the suit was going to be like and probably hoped it would increase bids on the suit. But he said, "The outfit is touched and worn by Jimin. I didn't even wash it. These are the clothes that still keep Jimin's sweat and fragrance of that day." Jimin's sweat and fragrance? First of all, that performance of Idol was ages ago. There's probably no smell left. But either way, gross. Like they're selling the idea that you can wear Jimin's sweat? Oh my god, that's so gross. Not that Jimin is gross, but the idea of wearing someone's sweat and like exercise clothes is gross. Not only that, but the auction house actually publicized it and had a statement of their own when they released that they were selling this. They said, "Jimin's outfit was left unwashed after the performance and will be sold with Jimin's body odor intact." Oh my god, body odor intact? How often do they sell stuff like this that it's normal? They thought this was a good idea in 2021. But aside from that obvious stuff, do we often forget that idols are people? But I understand some crazed fans not understanding this. They see their idols as gods and it's difficult for them to see them as people. But a designer works directly with the idols and many idols. A lot of designers even hang out and talk to the idols. They see or should see that idols are human beings and even their friends. Would you auction off your friend's clothes like that? I doubt Hybe would have said yes to this and I doubt Jimin would have said yes to this. It's just very invasive and should not have been a thought because obviously that's gross. I think maybe 20 years ago, a lot of fans or people would have done it and it would have been seen as normal and part of fan culture. But a lot of us realize now that idols are human, just like us, and we typically wouldn't love it if someone sold our sweaty clothes to people and for people to do what exactly with it. Like the idea of that is a lot to process. I believe it auctioned off for 5 million won or like 4,500 US dollars. It was before it was canceled. And the reputation of the designer as well as the auction house is now kind of tainted. And they did it for $4,500. Like he could have auctioned it clean and probably would have made more than that. If Jimin consented to this, then fine. But it's the fact that a lot of armies don't believe Jimin did and thus it's not okay. So the auction got canceled and I'm guessing the outfit got pulled from the auction house. And they actually released a statement as well. They said, "Designer Kim Real, who was the co-signer, revealed that he felt a great burden due to this auction as he felt it could reflect a more commercialized aspect. We, My Art, have decided to cancel the auction after much consideration as the artist Jimin, who wore the clothes, is of world-class status and this type of commercial activity could hinder his image." I don't think it ruins Jimin's reputation at all. I don't think it hurts Jimin one bit. Jimin will be hurt by the fact that he wears clothes and sweats. That's normal. No one is mad about that. I think it could possibly and potentially damage the reputation of the designer and the ethics that go on into selling used clothes like this. I think if the idols are aware that this designer is doing this, they may even choose to work with another designer. There's so many in the world right now, and why would you choose one that is going to potentially violate your consent? I personally would not want someone to be smelling my sweat. That doesn't sound pleasant to me or the person who will be doing the smelling. I definitely want to see what some people on the tweets had to say about this. One person wrote, "That was just a Saison magnet. I'm glad they canceled it." It didn't occur to me that yeah, it would be Saison fans that would be paying for it. And that perpetuates that type of fandom and feeds that. You obviously don't want more of that behavior to exist. Ultimately, it harms the idols and those people. Saisons need to get help, not not given more product to further their obsession. I'm glad it was canceled, and I hope things will get better for the designer. If they learn from this, obviously they can make a comeback, and people won't associate their name with selling used sweaty clothes. This is just what the BTS members have to deal with, I guess. Taehyung is someone who I hope is doing well and not experiencing any hardships right now. Just like all the members of BTS, Taehyung has experienced a lot of emotional moments in his career. Taehyung once talked about how hard it was for him as a trainee. I can imagine. He and the boys were living in a small dorm, and the dorms apparently are still small. I don't imagine they're giving huge mansions for their trainees to sleep in. But back then, it was definitely probably smaller just due to the fact they didn't have any money. And so apparently, there were 7 trainees in a dorm at one point. That is just insane. 11 trainees in a small room. Apparently, it got so tight, there weren't places to step when they would leave the room. Taehyung said he would often get emotional, especially when he heard that specific trainee members being asked to head to Big Hit headquarters. This usually means that they go home. Now, from what I'm aware of, Big Hit doesn't charge their trainees anything. They take on the cost of everything. So when Big Hit thinks, okay, you don't have what it takes, they go ahead and tell you to go home. Taehyung would often cry when a trainee leaves, and I get that. Even if the trainee is young, and usually they're teenagers, oftentimes they could be coming from a poor family, and the poor family could have given the child this small opportunity to try and make it, and if the kid goes home, it could be it. Like, they may not try again. So it can definitely be emotional, and I would cry too. But I think seeing that made Taehyung and made the other BTS members really understand how badly they wanted to be successful and debut. So they worked even harder and tirelessly to make sure that their dancing, singing, and rapping skills was perfect. And they did. I mean, the moment they debuted, they honestly looked like they've been doing this for years. All of their dancing was so in sync. Their voices were great even back then. It just didn't appear they were a rookie group. I love that Taehyung shared this. I think it's so nice to hear our boys care about the other trainees. And while it's obviously a competition, Taehyung didn't really see it as such and was sad that not everyone could continue their journey. I hope those trainees that have left just didn't give up. I hope they look at BTS and be inspired to try and do something. Social media is a thing. If they're talented, which I mean, to be accepted as a trainee, you already are. So post dance covers on YouTube or on TikTok, whatever works for you. I just wish everyone could go after their dreams and don't give up. I know life gets in the way, and soon you have kids and a family, and it becomes difficult to do your previous dream. But if you're still young and you have dreams, I'd say put starting a family on hold maybe for a bit and go for your dreams first. It's a lot easier to trip and fall when it's just yourself that's falling and you're not falling with your kids and your family. But if you have a family, you can still do it. You just take less risks, that's all. And you just have to find some time. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you'd like to see over there. Link is in the top of the description down below. I also have a video over there that kind of talks about Asian and media and my experience with that. It's on the front page and it's free to watch. I really do hope you go over there and check it out. It also talks a little bit about how you contribute back to this channel and all that, so make sure you check it out. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.
On the way.